But no, I'll fall back into a routine come next week.
Yeah.
You know, like I mean, it's the massive, it's the sobering up time. That's when it all falls back into place. Body clock gets reset, all that good shit. Um, and then I can get back to buying more toys that we don't need. I haven't actually had any figures rock up. Oh, wait a minute. No, not true. There was one I was supposed to show you the. Do I have photos of it before I try to find it up on the shelf? Uh, I always thought I did. I got another one of those trans arts um, figures rock up, but I don't think I ever grabbed a photo of it. Just give me a sec.
Yeah.
Get that one.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, fucking, it's the only series on the planet that's made a surfboarding gorilla look badass. Well, it's a tough job, but someone's got to do it. Hmm. You didn't pick up anything, did you?
Oh, nothing. I haven't bought any figures for a couple of weeks. I bought some secondhand books. I picked up Hammer of God by Arthur C. Clarke. I
Yep.
watched Deep Impact last week and yeah, really enjoyed it. And it initially began life as an adaptation of yeah, this book called Hammer of God by Arthur C. Clarke about a comet heading towards Earth and the work of various sort of humans to try and stop an impact. But um, Deep Impact kind of morphed into its own original story as the production
Ugh.
process went along.
You
And
sure
it
this is the
was,
right way?
yeah, it
What
was
parts
sort of
of it?
very much in the public consciousness during that decade. Dinosaurs were really
Okay.
popular, and also, sort of by extension, um, what killed the dinosaurs was also sort of generating a lot of sort of media attention. And you had the 1-2 combo of Deep Impact and Armageddon, and both of them were really successful. And actually, there was a third unproduced one. Jim Cameron wrote a screenplay called Angel Falls, I think it was, about a yeah, an asteroid hitting Earth as well, but that one
Mm.
never got made. I suspect I know why. That screenplay is available online. I read it a couple of years ago. It's very Armageddon-y. Lots of quips and smart-ass comments and from all the characters. So maybe it was too similar to Armageddon, or Armageddon beat him to the punch.
Yeah, well, that happened twice in that decade. There was Armageddon and Deep Impact, and what was the other one? What, Volcano and Dante's Peak.
Yeah, they came sort of hot on the heels of each other as well. And then they're both really good movies. I I find myself gravitating more towards Deep Impact. It's a bit more introspective and treats the subject matter a bit more seriously, whereas Armageddon is more kind of balls out action and adrenaline and
Well, it's
stuff.
Michael
So
Bay, right? Didn't he do it?
yeah, that's right. He directed it. Yeah.
Yeah, well, that puts it all puts it all into perspective, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I
So
mean,
yeah, they're
I
both.
reckon they're both awesome movies. I just think, yeah, I think Dante's Peak has a bit more to it.
Yeah. Oh, you're talking about the volcano ones. Yeah. Yeah. Well, Dante's Peak is yeah, just probably has a better cast. And yeah, when the mountain does erupt, it really does live up to it. Pierce Brosnan and yeah, it's like you're getting James Bond and Sarah Connor in the one movie. What's his name in it? Harry Dalton.
Yeah,
Henry
that's right,
Dalton.
yeah. And he's got the
Harry
grandpa
Dalton.
glasses. You know, he's the only guy who can look sexy wearing glasses that have got a thread. Um, but yeah. Oh, shoot the fucking thing! No sequel for you. No, wait a minute. What's the other one? Your luggage. Yeah, but between Deep Impact and Armageddon, I think Deep Impact is a little too. I don't know. I'm not the biggest. What is it? What's her name? That Lily Soboleski or whatever her name is. I'm not the.
Yeah, she's plays the young girl in it. Yeah,
Yeah, she's a bit lost on me. I mean, she was all right in in Roadkill, Joyride, or whatever. But yeah, it's a bit of a swing and a miss.
yeah. I thought who was really good in it was Taya Leone, and she's someone I kind of don't. Um,
Yeah, she's a pretty hit and miss over the years, isn't she?
yeah, but she's tremendous in that movie. She really brings her A game in it, and I think there's a yeah, and I really enjoyed on a rewatch the cast of the who were on the space shuttle, all the crew there. They were pretty good as well. Robert Duvall and his team.
Oh, that's right. He passed away like what, last month or something like that.
Yeah, was it? Yeah, a month or two ago. It was
Oh, like the guy was 95. All right.
yeah, Robert Duvall from The
Yeah,
Godfather. Yeah, Tom Hagen.
I remember turning on the TV and they were playing Days of Thunder, and I was like, I clean fucking forgot that Robert Duvall was in that.
Yeah, he's like the wise old mentor. Yeah. Yeah, Tom Hagen in the Godfather trilogy. Gone in 60 Seconds. Um, what else? Yeah, huge career.
Where the hell are we going? What have you got us into, you old bastard? Uh, I think I saved it over this one. Yeah, that's right. Alright, so I'm guessing this well, this should be when Leon gets shot, if it's following any of the beats from the OG.
Need to dispose of it. We're here for the G virus. That's not gonna happen. I'm warning you, Doctor. Oh yeah?
You know, it's one of my favorite quotes from Jurassic World Dominion. Dodgson says it. We don't apologize for our mistakes. We erase them. That's how the world works. Well, then explain it to me.
I'm just not getting through to you, am I?
You know, that's what I think. I dropped a comment on that clip from Kindergarten Cop, and it said something like that. It was like, yeah, me when I'm in an eBay auction and I lose it. I'm just not getting through to you, am I, Daryl? And just lays him out in the street. The train set.
Pursuit of a net.
I love Richard Tyson in that movie.
It's not on her. Must be.
Yeah, she wanted to travel and meet new and interesting people, like Crisp.
Yeah.
Once it's in hand, I'll call for extraction.
Did you catch the new Street Fighter trailer?
Yeah, I did. I watched it sort of late last night. I was sort of tossing and turning and
You can run,
just sort of check the headlines
but you
for something to do. And the latest trailer for Street Fighter had dropped, so I watched it. Loved it. It's going to be great. Gee, haven't they done again, much like with Masters of the Universe, all of them, they just look fantastic. Like every single character, they've just knocked it out of the park in terms of the look.
Yeah.
And I'm expecting big things from Ryu's actor because he's in a show called Warrior, which I loved.
secret
And
weapon.
I'm so happy that so many of them, that show ended after 3 seasons, but so many of them have gone on to better things. He's now Ryu, and there's another guy in it who I really loved. He's the new Sub-Zero on the other side of the fence with these new Mortal Kombat movies. So, but yeah, it looks fantastic. The the only one I'm not really sold on is Roman Reigns as Akuma. Um,
Yeah,
but
I'm not too overly thrilled with Akuma being in the fucking movie at all. Like,
yeah, but the yeah, it looks fantastic. It really does.
what the fuck are we supposed to be doing here? Yeah, alright, can we get up there? What the hell? Alright, what the fuck? Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of Akuma. I mean, he's the coolest thing in the world when you're 13, but he sorts of like wears off on you after a while. I really hope they don't try and redo all of that Dark Doge shit from the. I don't think they are. Actually, to be honest with you, the one that I think is probably I'm still on the fence about is Ken. Um,
Yeah, it yeah, and he seemed to be because he was sort of the main focus for the trailer, so he must be sort of one of the focal characters.
yeah, you know what? I reckon what they should have done is just make them both washed up alcoholics that can't stand the art of fighting anymore.
Yeah, yeah, the fights look unbelievable. Yeah, Andrew, I think his name's Andrew Kg or Koji. But
What the fuck?
Warrior is just the bee's knees. God, the fights are good in that. This guy, he's the real deal. You'll love this guy. He's great.
Again, I never saw it. I'm just going into it taking your word for it. I'm sure it'll be great.
Yeah, no, he's really good. Um, and I
I'm not.
forget the guy. He plays Dylan Leary in Warrior, and he was also Small John Umber in Game of Thrones. I would love to see him pop up as one of the characters as well, because he's a tremendous fighter as well. Just this like just tough upper body strength. Yeah, his fight with Andrew KG and I think in the season 2 finale of Warrior, I find myself rewatching that a lot on YouTube because yeah, that guy just outstanding show, brilliant show, and I'm yeah really happy that a lot of them have found new life in roles that they're really suited for. Like that guy was born to play Ryu. I was really excited when he was in the mix to be cast, and I was thrilled that he was. And Jason Momoa as Blanca is just casting from heaven.
Yeah, I
Um,
thought I thought that was a pretty good reveal at the end there.
mm, yeah, absolutely.
You know what I love the most? What I've been seeing though in the comments about it. This is what the '94 movie should have been. It shouldn't try to take itself too seriously. Just out of interest, when's the last time you've seen the 94 Street Fighter movie? I don't think anything about that movie is taking itself seriously. Um, what a fucking bizarre comment to make.
Yeah. And I always sort of had the idea that's the key to Street Fighter. There was no secret when they did the Marvel Capcom games, which were big sellers, really popular. Like the Street Fighter characters are superheroes. They wear bright costumes. They got big bulging muscles. They shoot fireballs at each other. You got good guys and bad guys. Um, so when I always felt the key to them
For fuck's
for a
sake.
for a broader audience was embracing that, and it looks like they have.
Yeah, what now, Ada? And you can't go back up? Like, what the fuck? This is Capcom for you. Yeah, what do you think about this chap that's doing Bison, the anchor from Late Night with the Devil?
Yeah, I'll have to see more of him. He was in a few brief shots. Actually, I don't think he was. I think it was just the statue in the
No,
trailer.
he's in there.
I
And
really like him. Yeah, hopefully he does a good job because yeah, he's good, that guy. But yeah, though it was very Bison light.
I wonder just how big of a thing he's going to be in the movie. I mean, because if they're going the Akuma way, I don't imagine they'll dedicate too much time to Bison.
Yeah, yeah, um, yeah. I'm really excited to see it. Hopefully, yeah, it's really good.
What the fuck are we supposed to be doing? Yeah, this is not going to be feasible, this. I might have to do a reload here. Yeah, nah, I'm gonna have to restart this. This is fucking stupid. Typical Capcom shit. I mean, they made an awesome trailer, but this is just not an awesome segment. Like, what the fuck, man? Like, Jesus Christ, nah. And I've never liked Ada. I guess that shows the depths in which my sexism runs deep. But I've never liked this fucking character. I don't know why she's a fan favorite.
Got you now. Always been good at running, Annette. Give you that. Persistent bastard, aren't you?
Oh my god, yeah, no, I'm probably going to have to look up a bit of a cheat sheet for this. Playing as Ada. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I'm going to reload this because this is fucked. Let's take it from the top.
Definitely Williams.
Identify yourself.
Annette Birkin.
She's who we're looking for?
much time.
Look, no prisoners, alright?
Dispose of it. We're here for the G virus. That's not gonna happen.
You been playing much?
No, not this week. Yeah, I might have a go on the Steam Deck over the weekend, but yeah, I haven't really done too much at all this week. Yeah, just got some secondhand books off eBay, that Asteroid one. Just some other rugby league books as well, about different topics. But yeah, I haven't really been in the mood to do much of anything. Yeah, very unlike me. It's what did I watch? I watched a really good horror movie that I'd never heard of from the late 70s called The Car with is it John Brolin, Josh Brolin's father?
Yeah,
Really
that's right.
good.
Yeah, he was the old boy, I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Yeah, I loved it. It's about this demonic car terrorizing this small town, and yeah, really lean and tight sort of horror movie. Some epic shots of the cars and the driving along the highways. I revisited Twister last weekend.
Did you ever see the sequel to that?
Yeah, I did the very next day. I had wanted to cross Twisters off the list,
Yeah,
but I
that's the
thought,
what's his name? Glenn Powell, I think.
yeah, and I wasn't
Hmm.
um, sure if it was a direct sequel or a standalone sequel. It turns out it's a standalone one, but I revisited the original Twister from 1996 on Saturday, and yeah, then I watched Twisters on Sunday, and yeah, enjoyed the hell out of both of them. It's such a great series.
Michael Crichton.
Run, Annette.
Yeah, he wrote the screenplay for the first one. Yeah, it's again, that's another good movie. Just a lot of energy in the movie. Everyone was just busy. The cast is really likable. All the storm chasers from Joe's group, Helen Hunt's group, and yeah, there's some just terrific shots
Secret
of particularly the aerial shots, and the timing must have been phenomenal. Where Bill's group are sort of intercepting with uh, Carrie Yules' group, and like there's these awesome top-down shots of like one convoy of cars groups passes and just another one is right on their tail and crisscrossing and
Isn't
just
isn't
phenomenal.
isn't Kerry Ellis the grubby fucking
Yeah,
competitor in the original movie?
yeah, is it Jonas Taylor, I think, Jonas Miller or something?
Jonas Taylor is that's the Meg, isn't it? Isn't that
Yes,
Jason
yeah, right,
Statham,
yeah,
I think? Yeah, he's got
yeah,
some weird punchable name. Yeah, I remember that. But yeah, Kerry Ellis was the wanker.
yeah. And there's that. It's my favorite shot of the whole movie. Bill's um, truck, the Dodge Ram. It's just before the cow scene where he gets on the two-way. We're getting slammed in here. Hang back, and there's that epic shot of it driving in the rain with the lights on, and the rest of the cars just fade away, and the camera tightens in on that full steam ahead. Oh, just a fucking brilliant shot. I just watch it over and over, and the musical score kicks in. It just gets you so pumped for the
See,
rest of the
because
film.
that's the problem with real life is that there's no danger music.
Yeah. It wouldn't surprise me if they sold a shitload of Dodge Rams that year.
You know, it's like what? Yeah, oh no, but that's product placement, and therefore it's a shit movie. Anyone who tells you to go for the headshots is a fucking moron. I don't have time to fuck around all night. Let's do this. Door's already active. That's always good. It's like what I say all the time when people whinge and bitch and moan at me about the Snickers bar at the start of Jurassic World Rebirth. Well, I sure fucking hope you're ripping strips off that original movie, Ford Explorers up the arse. But something tells me they pull their punches when it comes to the OG movie. My favourite shot of Bill in the movie was when he picks up that handful of dirt, when he's like, no, I want the divorce papers signed, fuck this. Oh, well, one more. It's Bill's moment of to be reluctantly called back in. Well, you don't look reluctant, Bill, you look pretty eager to get involved again, man.
Yeah, he's the tornado whisperer, he knows what they're thinking.
Yeah, because it's one of the shots when he gets the handful of dirt and it flows through his fingers. It's one of the shots they use in the Shania Twain music video.
Yeah, right.
What was it? I think it was "No One Needs to Know." I think was the song that they tied in for the movie. But yeah, they take that exact shot of Bill Paxton, you know, and they use that in that clip. That's why that's one of my favorite ones. Ada, do not fuck with me! Okay, what the fuck? Why didn't that work? Oh, you gotta do it again, do ya? Oh, for fuck's sake. Doing this shit with this idiot again. Why didn't that work? I fucking flashbanged him. What the hell? Alright, I'm probably gonna have to try and down this idiot. Ventilation fan. Yeah, I'm gonna have to try and down him. Why didn't the flashbang work? Loving your work, Treyarch. You remember that? Like, every update for zombies, and the gameplay would just get shitter? Oh, fuck. Well, you know, if my flashbang worked, this might not be so fucking difficult. Like, you know, if you three hadn't tied me up, I could be rescuing the comic book as we speak. Fall. Fall! Yeah, this is gonna require a couple of restarts. This is gonna be a fucking pain in the ass. This is one of the reasons why I've been putting off playing Resident Evil again, which is why I wanted to screw around on some Super Nintendo shit. In fact, I probably should have just done that. Alright, let's try this again, now that we know what we're doing. Although, for some bizarre reason, that flashbang did absolutely nothing, which should have done something. I tell you, see, because that's one thing that I quite found enjoyable when I saw that Twisters was coming out. I find it incredible that Crichton's been dead for almost 2 decades now, and we are still getting stuff based on his works. It's just crazy, isn't it?
Yeah. Just,
Nah,
terrific.
I fucked myself again. Nah, reload.
Longevity.
Yeah, it's really cool. I quite enjoy it. Yoko, yeah, Metin, you staying out of trouble, mate? Alright, skip this shit. I really don't want to have to be hung up on this Ada stuff all fucking night, so hopefully we can get out of this. Or I should have just took a page out of Metin's book and do the GTA 5 stream tonight. Just for something different. I think the fatigue is starting to settle in.
Secret weapon time.
Ada Wong. Yeah, look, I'm not the biggest fan of this character, mate, eh? Like, for the life of me, I've never been able to understand why people like her as much as they do.
Candy from a baby.
fucking Boba Fett without nuts, is all this character is. Make of that what you will, but that's honestly what I think about this character. You know, it's like when people say, why didn't they ever make a perfect dark movie? Because it's literally just James Bond without nuts. Like, there's nothing to that, you know? I mean, Ada has been leading Leon around by the cock since 1998. And Leon just can't seem to fucking take a hint, can he? Alright, so Mr. X rocks up. You know what? I'm actually going to look real quick. Yeah, my brother singing up to you. Oh, really? Oh, well, there you go then. Ooh. Fuck. What was... Oh. The Ada part. How much more of this crap is there after Mr. X? It doesn't look like there's a lot. How's your victory watch going? Have you finished it?
Oh, got about a third to go. Yeah, it's not too bad. Yeah, I try to knock over one a day. Yeah, I'm closing in on the end, sort of just over. Yeah, probably 2/3 of the way through.
It's pretty interesting that Desirous hasn't had an English release lately.
Yeah, he got one through HasLab or something. I think it was like a con exclusive or something.
They always are. She is X. Alright. No, I'm not going anywhere until we beat this fucking part. It's given me the shits. Yes, it is. Yeah, like, there's not really... Because I did a similar thing on the Claire playthrough, because I knew that we'd be playing as Sherry, and then I just sort of lost all steam, and there was like a week, like a fortnight in between streams. Alright. Let's try this. See, because, yeah, this... What does Elder Snow say? This is not working as a lifestyle choice. Yeah, there better have been a... Like, going for the... Like, there's literally no incentive to go for a headshot, because it fucking does nothing. Like, you're better off literally rolling the dice. I saw a good comment like that. What was it? It was, you shoot them in the head 6 times, nothing happens. You shoot them in the chest 3 times, and then they're fucking down for the count. Alright, so you've got to do it twice on the lock. Yeah, alright, I know what we're doing now. Let's try this. Mr. X will rock up again. We come in.
Persistent bastard, aren't you?
Do that. Do this twice. Pull the lock and don't be dumb about it. And hit that again. It better fucking be once, otherwise Capcom can fuck off. Beautiful. There we go. I feel a lot better now. I've got all that rage off my chest. I'm feeling a bit better now. Oh, and there's... Oh, yeah, I thought I saw the typewriter in the other room, but alright, never mind that. Far out, man. It sounds like your brother's just switched to full balls mode. That's the saying, right? That saying's a little bit before my time.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, what was it? Billy and Predator. Yeah, Billy goes into full balls mode. Alright, we need to change something there. Yeah, but who's got time to read fucking instructions on stuff? You know, it reminds me of that Chris O'Donnell, Alicia Silverstone moment from Batman and Robin. We're gonna have to do this upside down. Man, everything the hard way. I love that moment. Like, he doesn't even try to use the control panel normally. Like, he runs up the telescope and hangs upside down to try and use it. ID wristband.
Bravo.
So what are you hinging your bets on between He-Man and Street Fighter?
Filthy hands on the G. I'm not
Yeah, it's hard to tell.
You realize that.
Maybe Masters of the Universe. It's been around for a little bit longer. But yeah, it's really up for grabs. Both of them look really good.
Shit! I am not fucking dying here.
That bitch knows what she's doing.
Yeah, just channeling a bit of, what is it? Windstalkers. Nobody's fucking dying. Alright, I just got out of that. Now, where'd she go? Yeah, look, if Mr. X is gonna rock up again, I'm just gonna whack down another hard save. We'll go over one of these. I haven't actually made a Discord, man. I don't see much point in doing it just yet.
Not gonna happen.
I've just got a Discord account that I hang out in other people's. I never really adapted to the social media thing. You know, like, I don't know what it is, man. Like, I can barely stay concentrated on when I stream. Like, how the hell is bringing in, you know, Twitter and Discord and fucking whatever else the kids are all into these days? How's that gonna help? Yeah, I'm just not I guess I'm just not really a social media sort of guy.
Enough with this cat and mouse game.
The game is over.
You lost.
Well, that is my junior college class ring, cum loud, 69.
Or did you kill him?
So what are you checking out tonight?
Yeah, I'm just having a sort of peek through now to try and find something.
Get a sample from the nest. Over my dead body.
Oh, the name. Yeah, it's exactly the same as the channel, yeah. If I slow it up and fucking read what was actually said. Yeah, it's the exact same, yeah. I'm pretty sure it's the exact same. Yeah, it's the exact same.
Where's Leon?
Oh, so now you need Leon. Oh, well, I did. I created Instagram just so I could have the name, and then I just hid the account. Because it's not about having the name and doing something with it. It's about having the name so no other bastard can use it. So I made it because I just wanted to have the Kiba Ranger name. Fuck everyone else. I just wanted it. Like, I heard a similar story. Apparently, Kev Smith did that. Didn't he, like, buy the domain name or something for, like, the Submariner? For
Yeah,
like
I remember
$1 or some
reading-
shit? Just so
I
they
remember-
couldn't have it?
Yeah, I remember reading about that in an article in Wizard. It sounds a bit bullshit, but you never know, eh? That's how that producer got the rights to Superman. Um,
John Peters.
yeah, because back in those days, it was all sort of filing and paperwork and whatever. But yeah, he was looking at he was looking for to trademark titles for a movie he was writing, and it came up that Namor the Submariner was an option. And yeah, he bought it for like $1. Uh, but I don't know, it sounds a bit like bullshit, but you never know, eh?
It does. I mean, if a huge, commercial conglomerate like Warner Brothers could let the theatrical rights to Superman lapse, fucking anything's possible, I guess.
Yeah.
Um, you have it, but it's offline. Yeah, if that's the Instagram one, yeah, I hit it. Spoiler alert. Um, because I wanted to stream. The reason why I made it is because I wanted to do like that vertical platform streaming thing. I just thought it'd be a lot easier to make clips and shit. But I never really sat down to crack the code on that, and this just seems to be the better way about doing it. But I went ahead and made it anyway because I wanted the name. So if some Power Rangers nut tries to score Kiba Ranger, they can't have it. Yeah, it's a shocking abuse of authority, isn't it? Yeah, oh, I just need to go and hit the bathroom real quick, mate.
Yeah.
You beauty.
He's well, I think he appeared in that Wakanda Forever as the villain in that film.
Was that the sequel to the Black Panther movie, or was that?
Yeah.
I really don't keep up with these Marvel movies, man. Like,
Yeah, I think it was a sequel to Black Panther, yeah.
or was it a TV series? Either or. I'm not too sure.
Yeah.
So my new account is Mitten 141. Well, hang on. I think I still got your old one there, haven't I? Yeah, the other one had a dot in it. A dot? You mean it had a full stop in it? Alright. I love seeing Leon all roughed up. It's always good. Yeah, you know how you were talking about your mate playing as Ryu that looks pretty good? I actually don't mind this. What was it? In that Welcome to Raccoon City, I actually didn't mind the chap they had playing Chris in that. I thought he really looked the part. It's one of those moments where that looks like a fucking awesome Chris. It's just a shame the movie didn't do what they thought it was going to do, because I think that bloke could have had another crack at it.
Yeah. Yeah, I like it when they can look the part.
Yeah, alright. You know, every single time I look at Discord, I channel a bit of Piccolo at the end of Dragon Ball Z before Goku flies off with Oob. There's that moment where it's been like 5 years since he's met Bulma. And then, like, didn't we meet each other just not that long ago? When they fly up to Mount Power to see him and he's training the young adult Goten. Like, that's how much time that's passed. And then he comments on the fact that Bulma's looking a little middle-aged, but then he meets up with the rest of them at the World Tournament. And then he's like, yeah, Bulma chewed me out for not staying in touch either. I mean, you guys have phones, right? Then Piccolo's like, no, I can't figure mine out. Like, that's when I realized I was starting to get up there in age a little bit, because I'm like Piccolo now. Like, yeah, you've got a Discord, haven't you? You got a Discord account? I can't figure mine out. Oh god, I gotta say that to so many people. Like, if I don't reply to your DMs, don't get upset or anything, because I'm fucking terrible with doing things like that. Actually, no. Put that in there. Give us the full one. Yeah. I love it when the Z Warriors have to do everyday shit and they can't.
Yeah.
I love that kind of stuff. Now, there should be a fight of some kind coming up. This seems like a trap. This seems like a trap.
That's a pleasant smell.
And I believe I said that on the Claire playthrough. What an incredible smell you've discovered. I mean, I had to name something because I couldn't remember my fuck account. I'm guessing fucking account. Okay, well, I suppose because I guess because Zombie never rocked up. I guess weapons free, and if this blows open the whole fucking movie for her, well then tough. So Scream 7, mate. What did you think?
Oh, I enjoyed it. It was, yeah, pretty good. Not perfect, but I had a good enough time with it. I thought the most interesting thing about it was the least Scream out of all of them. And what's really interesting is it's been the most successful of all of them. It's now officially the highest grossing Scream film in the whole series, but it's the most un-Scream-like one of them all. I wonder sort of what lessons can be taken from that. That for one thing, there was very little in the way of meta commentary on the current state of horror films and by extension the current sort of landscape of movies that Screams normally comments on. That's probably an indication that they're coming out too quickly. The last one was, I think, 2023 or 2022, but the last two or three have come out, feels like quick succession. So maybe they just didn't feel like they had enough to talk about. There's some token comments about nostalgia baiting and things like that, but they're not well explored like the films have proven they can do. It's guilty of, much like the one before, it gave away the best parts in the trailer, which is really annoying. But I liked it because a lot of the beats I was a fan of. Like, I know some fans were upset that Sydney is working in a coffee shop, but I enjoyed that. Some people think it would have been a better movie if she was sort of crazy, living out in the woods and booby-trapped home alone at her house and has an arsenal of guns. And
she has a fucking panic room in the movie, dickheads.
yeah, but the 2018 Halloween did that with Jamie Lee Curtis's character Laurie, and I know a lot of people went nuts for it, and I didn't like that. I thought it was a bit of a misstep. I liked the one from H2O where she was the school principal. So I was glad that they didn't do that to Sydney.
That was the was that the Josh Hartnett's the son
Yeah,
That one, yeah. I
which I
actually didn't
think has
mind that
been,
one, yeah.
yeah, it's been decanonized or whatever, but I thought that was a bit better uh, portrayal than the sort of crazy lady living out in the sticks by herself, just with an arsenal.
Yeah, because
I'm
fucking
glad they didn't.
Bloodlines tried to do that, and that's one of
Yeah,
the reasons why I'm glad that I'm glad that Alex Browning got killed off screen, because that's exactly the type of shit they would do with him now.
yeah, and it's funny, it's played out because Scary Movie are lampooning it this year. Um,
So you said something about how there wasn't too much meta in there, and you're right, and that was sort of the deal breaker for me, because it went in on, it flirted with the idea of the desensitization of true crime. Like there's people that go to sleep listening to fucking true crime stories of some of the most horrendous ends of life you can possibly imagine. And I thought Scream 7 touched on something really close to home with that. And it did fucking next to nothing with it. Like, it brought it up as an idea and it flirted with it a little bit and then did nothing with it. Like, well, I thought that was the sort of meta that Screams usually goes for it. And it's quite an interesting spin on it. But yeah, it did nothing with it, though. I'm not too sure why Kevin Williamson didn't dip into that more. Like there's kids that are so far removed. Like you look at things like the Junko Furuta case, and people make fucking YouTube videos on it with a smile, going, "Hey guys, how's it all going?" And that poor girl's soul will never be at rest. And Scream 7 seemed to shine a light on that, but again, did nothing with it.
yeah, there's a lot of stuff that's not well explored, I thought, in it. And
Because
but there is some
because
there's some genuine funny
uh,
stuff in it.
like uh,
Like I
like it seemed like, just real quick, like, because it seemed like, well, you know how like Stab is like the movie within a movie, and like they fictionalize Sydney as like Dory Spelling and all that kind of stuff. It's like Scream 7 was doing the opposite now, where you've got these randos in your life that talk about it because it's been so fictionalized now, not seeming to weigh in on their mind at all that it actually was a real event. Like, to Sydney, the Woodsboro murders are real. It's not a Gail Weathers book. It's not a fucking Stab movie. But it's been so long now that they just don't even seem to weigh that in. Like, there's a lot of moments in the movie that do that, and I really enjoy those moments. I just don't... I think it was, like, really humming along, but it didn't quite stick the landing with it. But what were some of these funny moments of yours?
Yeah, there's some I had to pause and replay it again. It was very funny, like the daughter saying, "You named me after a girl who got her head crushed in a garage door," and I heard a good comment. I can't work out if I'm laughing with the movie or at it, but I had a good time anyway. I thought that was a funny line because that's one of the things that has not aged well about Scream. Scream really does stand the test of time in a lot of ways, but Tatum's gruesome death, I think, doesn't. It just seems really out
Crushed
of
by
place.
the dog door, yeah.
Yeah, as time goes by, that's a really jarring sort of scene that they probably sort of, it honestly wouldn't surprise me, like if they probably just retcon it and
Shit.
just have whoever's in the suit at the time just stab her in the garage. Because yeah, that just seems really out of place with the rest of
Well, I thought the
the
most
kills.
memorable thing about Tatum's death was she was the only victim in the original movie to sort of go on the offensive with the killer. Like
Yeah,
no one else did.
and when they're rehearsing for the school play and they muck it up, she's in the dog suit. Oh fuck! That
Yeah, that
was
was
funny.
pretty good. Yeah,
And, you're not nailing the character. All your only line is "woof."
yeah. I thought the director coming in like over the top, like
Yeah,
it's a fucking high school play, mate. Like you're
yeah,
not. Like this ain't a fucking James Cameron production. Like, like it reminded me. It was almost like a real life Mr. G.
yeah,
Like the guy, like his film career never took off. So what does he do? He ends up becoming a high school drama teacher. And when he
yeah.
gets attached to whatever yearly play that they're doing, then all of a sudden, I've made it, guys, and he's harassing a young woman wearing a dog suit for not getting the character right.
Yeah, it's like he
Like,
thinks it's Ben-Hur or something.
yeah, I
It's
mean,
yeah, when you get that all the time, you
we've all met guys like that. Hey, like,
yeah. Well, that's that funny picture that circulates on the internet. It's it's like a Saturday morning kids soccer game, and there's this sign that says it's under 8 soccer. It's not the FIFA World Cup. Like, keep that in mind, parents. Um,
I can't believe that that's something that needs to be said.
yeah,
Like,
you'd think
that's like you
pretty
would,
sad.
but it seems to get worse and worse. Like only a decade ago, like we had Mark Hamill say on the red carpet of the Last Jedi. Any advice to fans going into this? I hope they remember it's only a movie.
Yeah.
Like, and that was a decade ago, and now we've got to tell parents that their kids are playing in under 8 soccer. Um, it's crazy. It's not the FIFA World Cup. But I also suppose, like, because something that really stuck out to this, and it's that comment that one of your mates made a mention of, going, the Scream movies aren't scary anymore. Well, Ghostface doesn't, like, I mean, when you're 12, Ghostface is fucking pure nightmare fuel.
Yeah.
And funny enough, that's the reason why I would say the reason I've got an affinity for the Scream series, or at least the Wes Craven side of it, really does come down to the fact I was at a very impressionable age when I saw Ghostface do what he does best. Had I been a bit older in the 90s when that first one came out, I probably wouldn't have seen the other ones.
Yeah,
Like, it's just one of those things.
Yeah, and that's another good thing about the movie. There's some really wonderful visual flourishes, how they take like such an iconic design and still make it look incredible. Like when he's walking out of the house when it's on fire at the start, it's just an amazing shot. And there's some shots where it's prowling around the town at the end. And I just thought to myself, wow, like how do they keep putting the like this character's 30 odd years old and how they still make it look so cool in this day and age. It's really incredible. And I loved and fans are criticizing this like when it cycles through all the previous killers. I really liked that they didn't show
You
Jill.
know what? I gotta say this. I did crack a smile when Scott Foley rocked up.
Yeah, yeah.
Because
Hey, sis.
I really enjoyed Roman. I like, because
Yeah.
Scream 3 for some reason is like the redheaded stepchild out of the group. I really like Scream 3. And I thought seeing Scott Foley back, I heard there were rumblings that he was going to be in there, but I stopped following the production of it around the time of those whispers. But I'm glad that I did, because I wasn't expecting him to be in the movie. So when he rocked up, I did crack a smile there. I really like seeing Roman again.
Yeah, yeah. I thought that was really good. Having them all there again, except for Jill, which I um really enjoyed it because I know I read that book by Ashley Collins, your favorite scary movie, and she got Wes Craven's thoughts on so there's a final shot in Scream 4 where it's just a breath of a whisper or a whisper of a breath in that final shot. Um, so at the end of that film, like, and what
Fuck
said,
you,
we
cunt.
we we put that little shot in because if anyone wants to do something else with Jill in the future, they can. Now, I believe she's canonically dead. I think it's on one of the photos of the police investigation in Scream 5 or 6, but that can easily be retconned. I like the fact, yeah, because I would love to see that character again. I think it
Yeah,
was such a
it's
ballsy
who was it?
call.
It's Jill. It was Eric Roberts' daughter.
Yeah,
Fucking Emma, isn't her name? That was Emma
yeah,
Roberts, wasn't it?
yeah, something like that. Yeah. So
Yeah, I
yeah,
really
that's still
like
on the
Jill. Yeah,
table. I really hope that we do see that character return in some
and GTA. Yeah,
capacity.
GTA. Yeah, I
Um,
know the GTA 5. We definitely need to start dipping into that soon, eh, Metin? Yeah. I just want to say real quick, one of the things that I really liked about Scream 7 was that it even poked fun, and it came from a character I don't even like in Mindy, that, if Stu really is alive, that is fucking absurd. Stop being stupid.
mm,
I love
And
how the movie even took a jab at that because I've always hated that theory.
I liked at the end, the montage when she's doing the live screen. You fucked up your own name. It reminded me, yeah, thanks very much, Moxie.
Yeah. Yeah. I actually really like Mindy and Chad in this one. Fucking hell.
Yeah.
Like Chris Klein. Like Chris Klein is always going to be Oz Striker. You
Yeah,
know, like
Oz.
it doesn't matter who by the way is my favorite out of the core five. I love Oz Striker. I'm not just some kick-ass lacrosse player, but I also play football, by the way. And like he's throwing against the character assumption, but then he agrees with it. Like, yeah, I'm not just some kick-ass lacrosse player. I also play football, by the way. Like I'm also a kick-ass footballer as well. Yeah, Oz was always my favorite out of the group, but yeah, Ethan Embry was really cool in the movie.
Yeah, I didn't mind it. I think, yeah, she was, because it was so successful, it showed that, she was right to miss the last one. They were wrong to stiff her, pay her whatever she's worth. And because the proof is in the pudding, this one has been um, much more successful than the last couple. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see where they take it.
Ethan Embry, who I also believe was the grown-up Ross in Vegas Vacation. I think Mr. Papa Giorgio.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Yeah, that was a long time ago now. Yeah.
97, 30 years ago. Fucking hell, man. There you go. The control room. SZF. I love the reminiscing guy, and you paid me $1 to eat it, and I did.
And the couple that are killed at the start, that guy has form. I'm pretty
What
sure.
Wolf of Snow Hollow,
Yeah.
I think. Like I could have
Yeah.
fucking figured this out.
I wonder if that was deliberate. It was yeah, it's funny how he but he survived, didn't he? He appears later in the film.
Yeah, no. The fiance, the girl, got murked at the start. He lived,
Yeah,
which I thought was pretty rare. It's rare that the bloke is the one that gets out, especially in slasher movies. So when the intro to the Wolf of Snow Hollow did that, and the bloke survived, I was like, fucking hell! I was not expecting that when I first saw it. Usually it's the bloke to bite it first.
yeah. And another thing as well, there was very little of the voice. Like I don't know about the minutes all up, but there was very little of the Roger L. Jackson, Samuel L. No,
Yeah,
Roger S.
Roger L. Jack. Yeah,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I think this is just me. This isn't a hot take or anything like that. I think the voice it does miss a step. You know, like I don't know what it is. I mean, the simple fact is when you hear that voice at the start of Scream 1, that was 30 years ago. Like, I
Yeah.
mean, it kind of... I remember Alison Keith and Spike Spencer, the voice of Misato and Shinji in Evangelion, when the rebuilds were coming out, and fans were going gaga over those, and they wanted them to come back and do the characters. Spike Spencer gave an awesome interview, and he was like, "Look, I'd love to do Shinji again, but people need to remember I'm a decade removed from that voice. It ain't gonna sound the same." Like
Yeah.
like, you know, and even Alison Keith said the same thing. She was like, "It's gonna sound older." Is just how it is, and I think a similar thing is happening here with Roger. But also I think Wes Craven had the right idea, and that was none of the cast could actually meet him and see him. When he starts going to conventions and like, I get it, you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
it does lose a lot when you know what he actually looks like. When you can't put a
So,
face to that voice, it's so much more scarier.
yeah, I'd like to know, you might know this. I sort of just hang around for the final shot of him as it fades to black, and then I go, so he's credited as Ghostface in the credits. Has that been there since the start? I noticed it for the first time ever
I
just
don't
last
think
week.
I don't think so. But having
Yeah,
said that, it's been fucking ages since I've seen the original one.
yeah, that
The
was
other
funny.
thing,
As the credits roll, he flashes up as Ghostface with Roger L. Jackson.
yeah, I don't think that was there with Whisper to a Scream in '96.
Yeah.
The other thing that pissed me off a little bit. Hang on. Um, oh god, I was gonna jump in there with something, but I totally forgot since you mentioned that. But no, I don't believe it was always there. But why not? Why not have it there? Oh no, hang on. I remember now when you said Roger as Ghostface. The thing that pisses me off about it is I really wish that in terms of the movies, and this is just a me thing, that they kept the term Father Death. Remember that moment in the original movie when, you know, Dewey comes up to the sheriff back then when curfew's in effect, and he's eating the ice cream and all that kind of stuff, and they have that moment where he shows him one of those suits from a costume store. You know, it's sold out everywhere and it has Father Death on the packaging. I really wish internal to the movies, sort of like how Stab is the movie within a movie, that they kept it. It's known as Father Death in universe, but it's known as Ghostface to us. I don't like it how that term has bled over into the movies. I thought it would have been much cooler if they just kept calling him Father Death.
Yeah, but that's another weird, unique thing about Scream, how it sort of does have this meta streak that sort of, yeah, the two worlds kind of bleed together in these interesting ways.
Like no character has said the name Father Death out loud, but we've had plenty of people say. I remember when Hayden Panettiere, I think she's the first person. No, that's not true. Fucking Rose McGowan, I believe, is the first character in the series to say Ghostface on screen, and it's in the original movie. So well, fuck me. So Ghostface was in the original. Please don't kill me, Mr. Ghostface. So yeah, well, fuck me. It was in the original one.
Ghostface.
Yeah, but it really is just such a fucking awesome look.
Yeah, and yeah, like I mentioned, how they keep putting a new spin on it over and over again, it's really impressive. Yeah,
One thing that I really like is that I thought they were going to keep the voice modulator the same, where he can mimic other voices from Scream 3 onwards. I am so impressed that they've actually managed to keep a restraint on that. That's unique to Roman. Roman was the only one who could chameleon as other voices.
yeah,
They never redid that again with any of the other ones. Like, that's unique to him.
yeah. Roman. That, yeah, final That look he gives to the camera. Already have it.
Like, yeah, I mean, like, I know Scream 3 gets slammed, man. I'm just saying, I really like Roman.
Are you kidding me? That scene just makes it like in the top three of all of them.
Is that fucking... It's Lance Henriksen, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. Final cut. Already have it.
Yeah, final cut. I already have it. Yeah.
Oh God, I love it.
Yeah, Roman Bridger.
Yeah, Roman. Yeah, hey sis.
You know, that's one movie we probably should do. I know you're talking up End of Days. We should do End of Days and then Scream 3. Because, like, Scream... For some... Man, I don't know what it is. Like, I remember the first time I saw Scream 3... Fucking, I was staying at a cousin's place and I saw it for the first time. And I just saw Scream 2. Like, I knew about Scream 1 because we had that fucking floating around here somewhere on VHS. I never saw the other two. I didn't even know how many of them that they were. I didn't even know that there was only 3 of them until I finally saw it. I saw Scream 3 for the first time around 2000 and... Oh, God. I want to say maybe 4 or 5 was the first time I saw it. And there were a few things in there that just totally blew my fucking mind when I was like 13 or whatever. And one of them was Cotton just getting whacked right at the start. Really stood out. Like, I know a lot of people don't like that, and maybe they're right in screaming about that and all that kind of stuff. Like, I mean, Liev Schreiber is an awesome actor. Maybe they could have kept him around. But yeah, killing him was a bit... But I still think, though, I think it gets a pass because it is an awesome sequence. In the Hollywood Hills. And like the...
Yeah, I remember that, yeah.
Yeah, like I think it's an awesome sequence. So I give it the pass purely because it's a very well put together intro with the voice
Kelly
changing.
Rutherford is the girlfriend,
Yeah, Kelly Rudd. Yeah, like it's a very well put together scene, real high octane. The rush home, the reveal that it can duplicate voices and all that kind of stuff. It's a very, very well put together intro prologue to the movie. So for me, I mean, if having an intro that cool results in the death of a recurring character, I'm cool with it. But that's just me, at least. Maybe my mileage is a little bit different. Treatment pool room safe. Left, right.
What was his talk show? 100% Cotton.
Yeah. What about the killer on The Voice? So you are 100% Cotton fan? Yeah, 110%. Oh, I fucking love that. You know, Liev Schreiber. Nah, he's really good. I really like that intro. Like, man, why couldn't they write me a fucking decent part? I lived through the fucking thing. And not to mention, he was pretty much the MVP of Scream 2, right?
Yeah.
Maybe because I deserve a little fucking Diane Sawyer? Yeah, Cotton. Cotton's awesome. Alright. No, I fucked that up. We gotta go this way. Left 2. Yeah, right, 12. I fucked it again. But you know what? That's a me problem, and I'm working on it. I was thinking about that Jack Nicholson line. You dropped me in that vat of chemicals. That wasn't easy for me to get over, and don't think that I didn't try. Yeah, open up. You know, every time I open one of these safes in Resident Evil 2, I always think of the guy from fucking Deep Rising. Ah, yes, money, 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 money. Like, every single time I open up one of these things. That and I want to make that a soundbite on the channel as well. Jesus Christ, son of a bitch! Yeah, West Studi, man, for the win. Actually, that was one character that I didn't see before we did back into Scream. The Street Fighter trailer. I didn't catch Sagat in the trailer. I heard him laughing at the end, the soundbite from the game, but because I shot a message to one of my mates going, I'm pretty sure because he was upset that in the teaser Blanca wasn't there, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure with him and Akuma and all of that, I think that's the whole roster on screen now. But as soon as I sent that text message, I was like, oh fuck, I don't remember seeing Sagat for real. Was he in there?
Oh, yeah, I can't remember. But they'll probably want to keep some surprises back for the film proper. Um, so yeah, I'm sure there's even with the other four. Although I thought Cammy was in there, yeah. But
Yeah,
there's
Cammy was in
T-Hawk
there. Yeah.
and DJ and those guys. They're probably holding a few back.
Yeah, as long as T-Hawk shoves a news camera away, the movie will get a 10. Like, I love that. Any comment, and I love the just fucking no. And then T-Hawk just shoves the camera lens away. That's a really cool introduction to Guile in the 95. I'm pretty sure we said that in our discussion about it.
Yeah.
No, that was a really good one, Matt. I liked going over that. And Mortal Kombat Annihilation. Apparently, Lyndon Ashby and fucking Robin Shao got together to screen Mortal Kombat Armageddon together because Arrow Films is doing that double feature release of the two Mortal Kombat movies. Apparently, they got together and went and saw it at a theater.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, which is interesting because Lyndon Ashby isn't in the second one.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Alright, I'm not laying out a hard whatsy. Yeah, well, what do you mean, elevated horror? I love when the voice modulator can't, because it can't suppress emotion. So when the person pretending to be Ghostface gets pissed off, it comes through in the voice. It doesn't matter what they do. Because that is one thing that I do give Roger L. Jackson a big praise on, and that is, it must be tough to try and replicate a voice you did 30 years ago, have it sound the same, but deliver different every single time, because it's a different Ghostface. Like Jill does not talk the way Stu does, and Stu doesn't talk the way Billy does. So especially when there's multiple killers, you've got to, with speech patterns and all of that, that must be really fucking annoying to be. You got to keep it the same, but entirely different every single time.
Yeah, it's probably why it stood the test of time. He does such a brilliant job of it. But yeah, no, he's great, that guy.
See, because that's one, and I think about this a little bit, right, when it comes down to him, and that is, I think he's almost like the Andy Serkis of voice acting. And what I mean by that is, Andy Serkis is constantly held up, oh, you know what they need to do at the Oscars? They need to create an Oscar for best motion captured performance. Well, there's a problem with that, and that is, if they did make it, he'd fucking win it every time. That's the problem with doing that. But what gets lost in the sauce with Andy Serkis is that he's actually an actor. He doesn't have to be in a fucking motion capture suit to give a good performance. Apparently, Matt Reeves is pretty keen to get him back to do Alfred.
Yeah, I read somewhere he's coming back. Yeah.
Or something like that. And I'm like, well, that's good, because what gets lost in the sauce is that he's a great actor without being a special effects monstrosity. I know a decade of Caesar from Planet of the Apes skews our vision a little bit, but the guy's actually a very good actor. And I think this, and I can't help but wonder, is Roger L. Jackson the same? Does this guy have 100 Frank Welker voices the way that he does? But he's only ever trapped into doing Ghostface? Because I'd love to ask him that. What other voices have you got, and what role would you like to take a crack at? And stuff like that, because I wonder if the guy is a master like Frank Welker and has just this plethora of voices to choose from, but he's just weighed into just this one. I wonder a lot about that. Similar, it's almost like the vocal version of Andy Serkis.
Yeah, and he was also really good in Andor. Andy Serkis, he plays a human character in that as well.
I really liked him as Chef in the King Kong,
Lumpy, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Lumpy, yeah.
Yeah, the cook.
The abominable snowman.
Yeah, I would love to. I own this beautiful hard, kind of a coffee table book of the the evolution of the Planet of the Apes series, and I'm very behind on that series. I have got the first one of the more modern ones from 2011. I dusted that off the other day, but I do need to sit down and get up to speed on them.
Believe it or not, I had no intention of watching Rise of the Planet of the Apes when it was coming out. My girlfriend at the time just dragged my ass to go and see it. She's like, I got tickets opening night, we're going.
Yeah,
And I'm glad that she took me to see it because it was fucking awesome.
yeah, it was a great movie.
Hard to believe a decade removed since the Tim Burton crack.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, yeah, the Mark Wahlberg one. Yeah,
Yeah,
but yeah, that
he who defies the apes.
yeah, Rise of the Planet of the Apes is a much better movie. So there was Rise, Dawn, War, and what's this latest
Kingdom.
one? Kingdom. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and just on that real quick, because I was talking to the young fella about awesome villains, and we were talking about Proximus Caesar from Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. And did you know that that was Kevin Durand that did the motion capture for
I
the
think,
latest villain?
yeah, yeah, I think I read that somewhere. Yeah, he was in that. He was Lost, Keamy,
Yeah,
wasn't he?
yeah, Martin Keamy, and we were talking about him on the Legion commentary.
Mm.
And man, honestly, like my first introduction to him was Keamy and Lost, and I'm kind of upset that it was because I always thought he was a bit of a flog, but he's actually a fucking very versatile actor.
Yeah,
So like, don't let that person's first appearance color them, like for the rest of your fucking theatrical going experience because he was really cool as Proximus Caesar, the voice acting, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, Kevin Durand. I don't know if you've seen that one because it's set quite a ways after Caesar's death. Spoilers.
yeah. No, I'm pretty sure I haven't seen the last of the Caesar trilogy either. I'm
Yeah,
behind
he.
by one or two of them. Yeah, I need to, but I want to watch them from the start. I need to revisit the first one, and even though I've got a pretty good memory of it, I need to sort of want to have it fresh in my mind. Yeah,
Yeah, well, that's what you
because
got
it's
to do.
been yeah, they're just such stellar films. Yeah, it's probably one of the most effective, successful reboots of all time. Yeah, but Planet of the Apes, it's always sort of been a franchise in a really healthy condition.
I've
The
always
original,
I've always been in the camp of I kind of wish that they would give General Thade another crack. Like
yeah, he was
they
pretty good.
probably won't, but because I think the 2001 Planet of the Apes falls into that trap of the entire. I mean, a lot of it is a bit of a swing and a miss, but I don't think General Thade is one of them. I think that's a character that has quite a universal sort of franchise appeal to him. Like just as there's been so many different takes on Caesar, I think you could have many different takes on General Thade as well. I'm actually quite shocked they haven't touched him again since then.
Yeah, he was really good in it. Yeah, Tim Roth.
And believe it or not, I was reading somewhere just the other day. Tim Roth was cast as Professor Snape in The Philosopher's Stone, but he said no to it to go and play General Thade instead. Believe it or not, he was signed on before Alan Rickman. Man, Tim Roth had the job, and he said no, I'm going with Tim. To go and do. I mean, it's one of those moments where you think, "Fuck, man! Imagine if he said yes, and decided to stick around. What would have happened?"
Yeah, it must have been a real sliding doors moment. Yeah. Um,
It
yeah, how
wasn't.
do
It
you
wasn't like an
navigate?
audition and a callback. He had the job, and then he's like, "No, I'm gonna go and do Planet of the Apes with Tim." But then having said that, though, in that The Death of Superman Lives: What Happened documentary, there was that moment where that stage dresser or a stage decorator or whatever, he got signed on to do the first Matrix, then got the call from Tim, quit the Matrix to go and do Superman Lives, and it never happened. So go and figure. But had that guy stuck around, would the Matrix look the way that we know it does? You
Yeah,
know?
there's always these sort of sliding doors moments, but it all worked out Well, we got Alan Rickman was just so good as Snape. So yeah, thank God for that. Yeah, we could have had Doug Ray Scott as Wolverine. So it's funny how these things work out.
Yeah, didn't do Gray Scott? Wasn't he a front runner though to do James Bond? But what, like a shoulder injury or something?
Yeah, I don't know if he was Bond, but yeah, he hurt himself filming Mission Impossible 2, and uh, yeah, sort of missed the window because I think he'd been cast as Wolverine, yeah, in the first X-Men picture, and um, it's funny how like you do need a bit of luck to go your way because the producers then wanted Russell Crowe to play Wolverine, and he said it wasn't right for him, but he recommended a friend of his, Hugh Jackman, and yeah, and the rest is history. Um, so yeah, it's funny how all that works, but it depends on who you listen to, because everyone um, sort of rewrites history. So
See,
they're
because
the hero. Because Doug Ray Scott said that Tom Cruise said no, you weren't allowed to. Um, but I don't know if that's sort of true or not. But and then yeah, you sort of think yeah, he went on to have an okay career, Doug Ray Scott, but he never really hit the sort of highs that he probably would have if he'd been in it. So yeah, it's all sort of swings and
you,
roundabouts.
you know, it reminds me a little bit of fucking when Henry Cavill was cast as Superman. There was a big hoo-ha back in the day about it. Now, not many people remember this. Apparently, there was outrage over because what gets lost in translation is that he's actually British.
Yeah.
And people were upset that a Pom was playing Superman, America's greatest fictional hero. And, you know, I remember asking one of these guys why they didn't like it, and they were like, because an American should always play Superman. I'm like, okay, even though Superman is an alien. But I decided to test them, and I asked them, so who's your favorite James Bond? Oh, man, Pierce Brosnan, man. You can't beat that British charm. Yeah, well, Pierce Brosnan is fucking Irish. All
Yeah,
right.
and Sean Connery is Scottish, so
Yeah, I was just so fuck you for a start. Like your
mm,
favorite Bond is not British.
yeah. And it's
So,
funny they think that because and like Connery basically sort of set the tone for that character cinematically because he's very different to the Fleming books. Like they really um sort of there's some similarities, but Connery and I forget who the first director was on Doctor No, but yeah, the like the sort of the suave, sort of cocky, smart assy. A lot of that's not in the books, so it's like yeah, like the cinematic Bond owes a lot to Connery's take, and yeah, he was Scot, so he was a Scottish guy. So
yeah,
um,
I just found that quite interesting that they, you know, that they do that, and I love just sort of throwing out that question: who's your favorite Bond? Now, often the answer to that question really does come down to whoever you saw first.
yeah,
Like, I mean, like again, like much what you were saying last week. If it wasn't for GoldenEye, like I probably wouldn't like the actual video game. I probably wouldn't even give a shit about who the 007 movies, who it is, or whatever. Just at the time of that video game and sort of the retroactive appeal that it had to the 95 movie, like Pierce Brosnan as James Bond when I was a kid was almost like a superhero, like as you'd expect to walk out of a superhero film today, you know? Like James Bond wasn't just a spy movie, it was like a Superman movie. In a way, like really all owed just to that video game.
yeah, yeah, 100%.
Because
That
because another thing, like just real quick, like just because another thing on that is that I'm not because like at the time I wasn't old enough to see the movie in theaters because of you know like the drinking and the sexual themes that come with a James Bond movie, but the video game didn't have any of that baggage, so a lot of kids could play the game but not see the movie. So that also was a bit of a component to it as well.
yeah, I 100% think it gave the property a new lease on life, and it gave it a whole new generation of fans. And a lot of people also don't remember Henry Cavill was very close to being the Superman in Superman Returns. He was sort of down to the final five or so. Um, but they decided to go with Brandon Routh for that version. So
Well,
he was very
I'll,
much in the sort of frame of mind when they wanted to bring back the character again a few years later.
well, I'll do you one better. Christian Bale was very nearly going to be Batman in Batman and Robin
Yeah,
before
okay,
they
there
went
you
with
go.
George Clooney. So there you go. Fucking so they definitely like they know their callbacks. Open that up. That man sure has a hard on for this bus. See, that was something that you made a mention of back when we were playing through Transformers. One of the initial script ideas for Speed was that the bus was going to be something you could literally walk up to and catch before it became this runaway train. It was going to be something that you could run up to and meet in Speed.
Yeah,
It seems like there was a lot of interesting discussion to be had there. Like maybe Speed might even be a candidate.
it's a great there's a great podcast called Script Apart
Shit!
that a guy named Al Horner does, and yeah, he had a discussion with the screenwriter. Yeah, it's really fascinating. And he's interviewed some big subjects. He had the guy who wrote Groundhog Day, and James Gunn has got an episode. So it's a really good podcast. I like listening to it. Yeah, it's a really good listen to sort of trawling through the episodes and finding a film that I liked and hearing about, yeah, the early versions of them.
Yeah, well, thank God for rewrites. I mean, in the world of, oh yeah, it's studio interference, which is why this is shit, they need to release the unfiltered cut. You know, every single time I hear that, you know, because sometimes a bit of studio pushback is actually a very good thing. Like, I know that you cited one of the examples was the end of T2. Like, instead of the older Sarah seeing John and his daughter, like, just have the lowly highway, like, just film the bitumen. And have that, like, that's a studio pushback that was for the better, and that kind of thing. I think a lot of Fact Fiend, when people just constantly come in all the time, they need to leave directors to do their own stuff, and then they turn around, they say, release the Ayer cut. I like what Fact Fiend says about that. Yeah, the guy who made the fucking Suicide Squad, let's give that guy another shot at a longer version. Like, no. Yeah, I knew there was another hip pouch around here somewhere. Never fear, Smith is here. Come on. Use a little bit of fucking dexterity, Leon. You're not that useless. Well, not yet, anyway. He was making a movie called Stab. He was stabbed. Oh, and did you know that that was Emily Mortimer in that movie as well? Mac from the newsroom.
Yeah. Yeah, I do remember her, yeah.
Did you know she's married to Alessandro Nivola? Pollux Troy, Billy from JP3?
Oh, right, there you go.
Yeah, well, a fucking small world, isn't it? I actually revisited that movie not too long ago because apparently they're going full steam ahead on that sequel to Face Off.
Yeah, I've heard about that, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, well, I suppose I mean, maybe it's going to be a play on things like AI and stuff like that, maybe. I don't know, because like facial generations and stuff, I mean, it's pretty easy these days. Maybe it's going to go for something like that. Maybe there's room for a movie like that, but I think you're dreaming if you're going to attach it to Sean Archer. I don't think they're doing that. I think this will be very much a sequel in name only. It'll be like similar beats, but totally divorced from it.
Yeah, they'll probably just take the name and do their own thing with it. Yeah.
Is Aaron Wu attached to it at all?
John Woo.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, sorry. Aaron is the idiot from the Friday 13th remake. The actor, you know, the the Asian guy in Disturbia.
Yeah.
That's him. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, John Woo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not. Yeah, I don't know. I heard it was announced and they're moving ahead with it, but I haven't heard much more than that, or haven't read much more than that.
I actually rewatched Face Off earlier this week, and man, I reckon everyone goes back to it and going, "Oh yeah, look at John Revolting and all that kind of stuff." I'm like, yeah. Despite that, I still think it's an awesome movie because one of the things that I find so interesting about it is everyone says, Nicolas Cage makes an awesome villain. Like Castor Troy is a very memorable villain because of Nick Cage's performance. But the funny thing about that is he's only Castor Troy for about 7.5 minutes of the movie. And from what I gather, apparently the story goes, Nick Cage wasn't all that keen on doing the movie when he found out he was going to be the villain. But he said yes when he realized he was only going to be the villain for a very short time.
Yeah, and I like that it worked out well. I go right against the grain. I like him better as the good guy. Um,
Oh, really? You liked him
yeah,
better as Sean Archer?
yeah, I thought he did a terrific job. Yeah, as the hero in it, and then yeah, how John Travolta plays the good guy at the start, but is secretly, or then becomes the bad guy. Yeah, just a really brilliant twist on the whole sort of film. But yeah, it's got a great score as well, and yeah, John Woo. So the action scenes are just jaw dropping. So yeah, it's got a lot to live up to, this new one, because that movie was a big hit, and it's sort of a lot of people have good memories of it. So yeah, they got their work cut out for them.
Now, that has two high caliber main leads, right? Like, would you, like, do you go with, now, in this instance, do you go with the grain, and that is, Nicolas Cage in a sort of bizarre way steals the show and is that sort of movie?
There were a lot of happy accidents uh, at the time. John Travolta was on a bit of a resurgence because his career was dead by his own admission, but Pulp Fiction, a couple of years earlier, brought him back to the forefront, and that, yeah, he pretty much said he couldn't have been a bigger has-been until that film. Tarantino cast him in Pulp Fiction, and yeah, he sort of never looked back. He was in a really good film called Broken Arrow, which is a good action film.
That was the Christian
And
Slater one, wasn't it?
yeah, and it's really good. I enjoyed that film as well. And Nicolas Cage, he and it's really impressive. He reinvented himself as an action hero. He did Con Air and Face Off and Gone in 60 Seconds, and because up until then he'd done comedies and sort of serious dramatic
Yeah,
films, but
what he had,
he
what was it, like Honeymoon in Las Vegas with
oh,
James
leaving Las
Caan?
Vegas. Yeah,
No, he did another one. Honeymoon in Las Vegas with Sarah Jessica
okay,
Parker and James Caan.
yeah,
Sort
right,
of a fucking rom com one. I think
yeah.
maybe 96 or 7.
Yeah,
What
he got the Oscar as well for leaving Las Vegas, I think.
Wild at Heart earlier in the decade,
Yeah,
David Lynch and Laura
yeah.
Dern. Like he was one of
Raising
these,
Arizona, that was good.
yeah, like he was in all these fucking chick flick, light erotic sort of fucking movies, like for the longest time that weren't either rom coms or that or the like. Yeah, it's very hard to break typecasting, but somehow this guy did it, because he was always sort of loosely attached to like I know we had things like Vampire's Kiss, and he sort of dabbled in and out of comedy a little bit there, but to fully reinvent yourself as like a leading action star to the point where you're a top contender for Superman, like that's pretty impressive. I don't know if an actor has been able to do that before or since. Chris Reeve never got out of that trap, but Nick Cage did.
Yeah, I quite like him. Yeah, had a really interesting career. Nicolas Cage. Yeah, yeah, what a career. And he's been around for a long time, yeah. Like yeah, just a real treasure. Um, yeah, he's sort of
Shit, a liquor.
yeah, yeah, stuck to sort of action from that point on, although sort of he was in those sort of Ghost Rider movies as well. but that came at a weird time. Marvel still hadn't worked out the secret herbs and spices. They still hadn't quite perfected the formula that would go on to give
Oh,
them
that's right.
tremendous success.
I forget that because that had a sequel, didn't it?
Yeah,
It was Ghost Rider was what, oh 06 or oh 07, and then I
yeah,
think what like Ride of Vengeance or uh,
yeah,
Spirit of Vengeance or something like that. I think was the second one, and that was like oh 09, I
yeah.
think.
That's right.
I never saw the
Um,
second one, but yeah, that had a sequel.
yeah,
Um,
they did well enough in that respect, but they didn't sort of fall under the main MCU umbrella, and um, yeah, so I kind of got lost in the shuffle when they came out at the time. But the yeah, and he sort of then went back to sort of more dramatic films, and uh, yeah, he's just yeah, he's been prolific in the sort of direct to video
did you?
sort
Oh,
of scene.
apparently, from what I gather, the reason why he's so involved in things like that is because his father-in-law or something, or his old boy when he kicked the bucket had a lot of debt.
Yeah, I
So
read an article, something like that. So for his point of view, it just made better sense economically. He can, by doing those smaller scale direct to video films, he could squeeze in two or three a year. Um, so that's what he did for what, a decade or so. Um, and yeah, he was able to pay off all those debts, and there he's back in the blue or back in the green.
yeah, well, what you do, like apparently, like I was, it's funny because I know he's a very prolific art collector as well and stuff like that. But I remember reading somewhere the guy actually owns a Tyrannosaurus Rex skeleton. No, I don't believe it's a complete skeleton, but he owns a skull
Yeah, right. Fuck.
of one. Which fucking last time I checked, God only knows what you need to own to be able to fucking have one of those, or to say that you're able to have one of those. going to see a new, like, where is the next Tom Cruise and things like that? Well, the simple answer is that there isn't one.
Yeah.
Because
Within
kids gravitate towards their social outlets now, not so much going to the theater.
Yeah, without even like Spielberg was saying that the other day, like within 5 to 10 years, like cinemas will be dead if things don't sort of change. Hopefully this I'm gonna try and check it out next week, this project Hail Mary, which is just, you know, has had universal sort of acclaim, which is like a new interesting idea, original idea. Hopefully, you know, that can be, you know, if they do more of that, then it might be up because you sort of look at these sort of tired, sagging old franchises running on fumes. You just sort of think, how long can this go on? Like, is this the death knell? Is this the final last gasp?
Oh, well, it makes you wonder, though, doesn't it? Like, some
Yeah,
of these things have been
absolutely.
around for a fucking hot minute now.
Oh, yeah, very much so. And they're not doing well. And interest and enthusiasm and energy is waning. Um, but it is good to see like an original idea that's unattached to um, any of these things doing really well and standing out. So maybe there's a lesson to be learned there.
Yeah, yeah, maybe so. I still think the, like every single time I think, because I remember hearing all this sort of talk, like rave reviews, massive reviews, and all this sort of stuff. I remember hearing a lot of that about Tenet back in the day, like after the whole lockdown hoo ha, that this was going to be the one to revitalize, because like people not going to the movies was happening long before the lockdown started happening. Like it was there. Like you don't seem to sort of realize. I mean, it's easy looking back on it now because we're that far removed from it. But like even before then, like less and less people were going to these things, and sort of like the art of that has lost. Like much like the whole idea of renting your movies for the weekend from some cassette store. You know, like I think the place to going to the movies and all of that is just sort of there's not really much of a presence for it anymore. And every time I hear talk about, oh, this is going to be the one that's going to turn it all around, and you know, movies are going to be great again, and then fucking drive-in theaters are coming back, and 3D and all this sort of shit. I just think about Bradley Whitford from Billy Madison. Nice try, ass wipe, but you're only delaying the inevitable. Like, I
And
mean, maybe that's a very nihilistic way of viewing it, but that's really what I think. Um, like I'm trying to like, when's the last time? The last time I went to the theater, Jurassic World Rebirth last year, and
yeah,
and that would have been about a year ago almost. Was the last time I went.
yeah, yeah, it's been a while. I will, yeah, there's a few I want to check out, but again, it's just that sort of matter of time. Uh, and actually, one I'm really looking forward to is that werewolf one by David Eggers, but that's not out until December. Yeah, it just looks really cool. So, um, the yeah, that new one that came out is I think it's coming out next week. Lee Cronin's version of The Mummy, but they look good, but I don't know if they're 30, $40 good. Um, I might just sort of wait till they come on to streaming or something. But you go to the pictures, that's what, $20.
You
You
know,
get
it's.
popcorn, it's
I, I,
75.
I remember you saying you used to laugh at that Heath Ledger joke so much because it was so true, because popcorn was just so fucking expensive. That whole moment in 10 Things I Hate About You between Patrick and Joey, like that's not a comedy skit anymore. Like that's a documentary, because
Yeah,
going to the movies alone just with tickets with a date is 75.
yeah, that's
Like
right. Yeah.
yeah, we go to the movies, that's $15. Like that's just to get a ticket of admission. We get popcorn, that's 73. Like it's like a three times multiplier just for that. Like,
He's,
but that,
he's just extorting him.
yeah, I know, like just really fucking squeezing it out. Yeah, and then we got a deal, Fabio. Oh, you know, that's one line that I do use from Heath Ledger a lot. You're telling me I'm not a pretty guy. Yeah, I love the way David Krumholtz plays that. He's very pretty, gorgeous guy.
Yeah, he was great back then, and he was in a really good one, an Australian one called Two Hands. I don't know, I can't remember if it was before or after 10 Things I Hate About You, but
Oh well, pretty
it's
much. Yeah, go on.
great movie as well. It's an Australian movie with Rose Byrne and Brian Brown.
Oh, Rose
Um,
Byrne. Yeah, you can't go wrong with Rose Byrne.
he's yeah, it's a good movie. I enjoyed that one as well.
Yeah, because a lot of these guys got their start in what was it? Home and Away. Fucking what? Heath Ledger rocked up as one of the delinquents in that for the longest time.
Yeah, I remember him and he had that beached blonde hair. Yeah.
Yeah, and what? It was when Sally was in high school. He was
Yeah,
he was like the rogue bad influence boyfriend.
yes. Heath Ledger. Yeah, that was around 92 or 93.
Yeah,
Um,
it was very early, but yeah, there's a teen, a sweet teen killing machine, Heath Ledger in Home and Away with Sally for the longest time. He was one of the bad influences on her.
I do
He wasn't
think.
in it for very long, but yeah, no, that was another one.
Yeah.
But like fucking believe it or not, but Dominic Purcell got his start up in that Dracula in Blade Trinity and Lincoln Burrows. He rocked up as a background cop in Home and Away, and then lo and behold, he's in one of the most watched shows ever. It's always good seeing Aussie talent because he's an Aussie as well.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Seeing that kind of, I'm actually really looking forward to doing a Prison Break rewatch.
Yeah.
I don't know when's the last time you've seen it from start to finish.
Yeah, it's been a while. Yeah, probably. Yeah, I don't think I've ever rewatched it from beginning to end since it stopped airing. But because I thought season four was really weak. Um,
That
but
was
I
the
think the
break in,
first,
right? That was the Michael Rappaport season. The
yeah,
what Scylla, I think it was called.
yeah. But I thought the first couple of seasons were pretty good. Yeah,
I actually think Sonar was the better one.
yeah, I
Um,
enjoyed that one.
and
The
funny
Mara in
enough, that was
Mexico.
what Panama, I think it was.
Oh, Panama. Okay, yeah.
Um, yeah, they went even further down than south of the border to try and get away. I think Bill Kim gets them. Yeah, in Panama. Is where that goes down. And funny enough, again, like, isn't it interesting when the writers' strike happened and the ripple effects of that hit every other show that was on cable at the time? Isn't it funny how they all produced their best work when that was happening? Like, I mean, like, not all of them, obviously. Like, Heroes season 2 was very, very lackluster compared to the first one. Um, Lost season 3 is a very swing and a miss. Giving it a rewatch last year, or maybe the year before, I think it's a little bit better going back to it. But Prison Break season 3 being as short as it is, fucking hell, man. Like, I reckon that was awesome. That one, that and Supernatural, I reckon were the two. Because season 3 of Supernatural as well, like, it only had something like 16 episodes. Really, really nice and tight. Every single episode is a banger. So some of them did come out not only unscathed, but just awesome for doing it. And then the immediate follow-up season, like season 4 of Prison Break, it not only does it lose ground, but it goes into the negatives. There's quite a lot in season 4 that, yeah, doesn't really gel well. I remember one of the things that stuck out to me was Gretchen. Keeping her around for as long as they did, I didn't really like that. And the Cole Pfeiffer storyline with Teabag, I think, was very swing and miss.
Yeah. Is that Gretchen? Is that Jodie Lynn O'Keefe?
What,
Is that
black hair, blue eyes?
yeah that
Yeah,
character?
that's her. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, Gretchen.
yeah, yeah. I have one.
I think Gretchen Morgan is the character's name. Yeah, Gretchen.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, don't get me wrong. Like, she looks like a customer you don't want to fuck with, and she's a great actress and all of that. I just don't think there was a lot of meat on the bones for that character. Like, I
Yeah.
liked when she was holding LJ hostage, and she shows like her torture scars from when she was locked up and things like that. And like, she's got some really awesome character moments. I just think the character, come season 4, didn't really have a whole lot to add anymore. I remember hearing someone liken that to Matt Parkman in Heroes. Like, he's an awesome character, like the LA cop who can read minds and all of that. But come that 3rd season or 4th volume, you're like, yeah, we've got a lot of overbloat here. I think this character was done when he confronted his father. Why is he still around? I think Gretchen falls into that a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't really remember much. I'll have to rewatch it, revisit it one of these days.
Yeah, something like that. I'll just wrap up this stream real quick. Yeah, so we're back into the main hall of the office. I like that, like, yeah, in the Raccoon City Police Department. That's not a bad innings tonight. I probably used way too much shotgun ammo, but well, you can't use it when you're dead, right? But I think the Ada stuff was just annoying. Like, again, it's not I mean, if you love Ada, all more power to you and all that kind of stuff. I reckon she's a very lame character. She always rocks up to look cool and look even cooler while she's doing something cool. But I don't think there's many meat on the bones with Ada. I actually reckon Ada's portrayal in the original game was a lot better. The whole "I'm looking for my boyfriend," John, and maybe the remake of the original Resident Evil game added a lot to that. When you have to use, because John left that note, you can find it. I don't know if it's in the researcher's guardhouse or whatever, but it says you can use my name as the login name and your name as the password, John Ada. I like that sort of aspect of the character, which in this remake is totally fucking removed, and she's like a triple agent for all this other kind of stuff, because why not? Like, I'm like Peter Jackson in the MTV skid with Vince Vaughn and Ben Stiller. Well, Ada Wong this time is an FBI agent. No, she's a double agent with Umbrella. Well, actually, she's actually working for Wesker come Resident Evil 4. Whatever's fine. Whatever's fine. Like, can I call you Pete on this one? Yeah, I'm going to call you Pete on this one, Peter, all right? Can I call you PJ on this one? Yeah, whatever's fine. As far as Ada Wong is concerned. But yeah, we'll stick with this. Definitely I'm thinking next stream, though, we might mix it up, because I am having a lot of Resident Evil fatigue. Like, I wasn't too keen on playing through Resident Evil 2 anymore tonight. I actually wanted to stream some Super Nintendo stuff, because you can easily bang those out while we have a chat. So I might even still do that. I know Metin made a mention of GTA 5. My only reservation on that is that I don't want to be a Resident Evil GTA guy, so we kind of need something in that isn't either of those two things before we go on. It's sort of the reason why I've sat back on Fall of Cybertron for the longest time, because that still needs to be done, because, like, that's the rule of the stream. If you stream a game at all, you've got to finish it, and we have streamed Fall of Cybertron. So I'd like to finish that one off, but I think we might break it up a little bit. I'd like to go through Ocarina of Time or Majora's Mask, just something different. Maybe a 100% run of one of those. And start building something else up, because I don't believe that a Nintendo game has rocked up at all on the live stream yet, so it's probably about time that we did add them in there. And let's go back to a golden oldie. It's sort of like, Hugh Grant, I'll break you down. But yeah, so next stream we might do something else and press pause on Resident Evil. But in the meantime, and as usual, stay out of trouble. And don't do anything I would do. And don't do anything I wouldn't do. There's a little grey area in there, and that's